what we value is money. And sometimes to make money, you got to be ruthless. But if you're ruthless at work, then you come home and all of a sudden you're not ruthless.
Yeah.
You raise a man that is ambitious but self-absorbed. So in the pursuit of some goal, he will abandon his family and the needs of his family. But those are the things that we desire though. And that's what I'm saying, that we need to sit down and decide what we want. It's the same thing with our wives. And I say this all the time. You want a woman who is going to cook and clean and change diapers while you sit down and watch Manchester United. But at the same time, you want her to go to work and do a 9 to 5 and then bring her paycheck. Are you mad?
Call it walk.
She's a human being. She's a human being. She's limited in her physical ability. And it doesn't matter if your mother did it and your aunties did it.
Oh, that's their favorite excuse. Well, my mom did it, so you can do it too.
So you see my problem. I like that you're doing this because it's for me, it's more honest. Because, and when I say it's honest, right, it speaks to the problem. We don't realize that we are the ones creating these problems.
Unfiltered.
Hey everyone, welcome to the PF Unfiltered podcast. This is a warning that this episode contains content that is not suitable for kids. Thank you all for watching. Welcome back, guys. This is PF Unfiltered. I'm Rosalind Noha with my co-host
Esther Griffin.
And you said
the man himself, Mr. Pastor PF.
PF, I thought you said you wanted to introduce yourself one time, and I gave you the floor.
Today, I don't want to introduce myself. Today, I'm feeling
Pastor Femi is here.
I am feeling, that introduced me more.
Listen, y'all, Pastor Femi came with so much energy tonight.
No, I literally, not gonna lie, Loki kind of came at him.
she came for me earlier, so we've been...
And the reason why is because, I had to ask him this question and like what he thought about it, because I saw this Instagram reel where this man was doing like day 100 of learning about things that women go through in society. And that video was talking about how when a woman marries a husband, like just has a man, when she marries one, it adds 7 more hours to her household chores just by marrying him. Talk less of childcare and elderly care. And I was like, that's so interesting. I'm just like...
Did he calculate how much more she adds to his expenses?
They actually...
Expenses? We both working out here. What are we talking about?
She's working too.
Was he living in a pigsty before she came to the house?
I mean, it's possible.
Possible. And all of a sudden now she wants to put me in Chanel.
And you was enjoying the champagne and Chanel.
Right? All of a sudden, she loved me, put me in Chanel, right?
Right?
Where did you hear this from?
I hear things. I hear these things.
Oh my goodness. But
why do women always want to be the victim?
Because most of the time we are.
Wow. Okay.
Be the victim.
Yeah, because when you say that, once you get married, it adds 7 hours of work.
Because here's the...
I'm not saying it in terms of the victim.
Let me say this. Here's some of our realities, right? In terms of the way we were raised. Okay. A lot of women were raised to not only take care of their home, but also provide for themselves and provide for the people around them. Men, on the other hand, some men, on the other hand, let me be clear, I'm not going to generalize. Some men, on the other hand, were raised
to... That's not true.
No comment.
That's so that's not true. I think that society raised men, right, to provide. Hear me. Society raised women to care, right? That is the cultural role that society has. Hear me.
Traditionally,
that's the general path.
Okay.
Right.
That society has kind of laid for men and women.
Okay.
However, there are deviations, right? There are exceptions. So you're going to have some men, right, who have a sense of entitlement. And you're going to have some women, right, who are not very caring.
Okay.
Right? But what frustrates me is that there's a general vibe, right, that women are just suffering because of men.
But we are.
There you go. So I wasn't wrong. There is a thing. Right?
No, but that's because it's a reality.
Okay.
I feel like it's the lack of appreciation too for sometimes. They feel like there's just like
what?
Yeah, there's something that you're supposed to do this. Like, this is your role.
Wait.
On top of that, you're supposed to. Okay, you provide. You want us to care. But then, like, oh, you're all supposed to work. Oh, you're all supposed to do this. Take care of our parents. Take care of the children.
First of all, I don't like that you're putting me in this position where I am going to start sounding like a defender of the male gender. Right? I don't want to be in that position. But since you have put me here, I will rise up to the task with my full chest. What's going on here?
But I'm not saying, we're not saying all men. We're just saying that.
Some.
They're just saying some.
So this setup is intentional. There's 2 women here, there's just me.
You know, you hear the language like there's piss in the water? Like there's piss in the water?
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's been the reality for a lot of women.
The reality for a lot of men is also that they get married and they become slaves, right? They don't do anything for themselves. All they do is work, and they are on their deathbed, right? Looking at they get to a certain age and they're like, all I have done all my life is work for other people. I have done nothing for myself and I'm done with it. And they go buy themselves a red sports car.
Okay, can we do this? Can we divide up the generations? Because I think that...
now you want to divide generations.
No, because I think it's important to do
that. No. We're not dividing anything. We're going to go with the framework you started with.
Yes.
Men and women.
Wait, what?
No, because I don't think it applies to everything. So let me
all of a sudden it doesn't apply.
Yeah, let me retract.
When you were talking about pissing in the water.
No, because I think for my parents' generation, right? They will still piss in the water. However, they were raised to that's how men are. That's what you tolerate. It is what it is. Don't fight with your husband. He goes outside and sleep with somebody else.
Just keep quiet.
Not even keep quiet. You can say something, but don't leave your husband. Let it be that, you're a woman that keeps peace in her home.
Right.
Okay. Our parents the women now decided that I'm having daughters. I don't want my daughters to go through the same thing.
Right.
I have accepted this, but somewhere deep inside, they know that what they've accepted is actually not good.
Right.
So then they now have women. They have boys and girls. And now the way that they raise their girls is very much so, especially my generation. Let me speak on my generation, right? Now that we're getting married, all the things we went to school, we got degrees, we weren't spending all that time in the kitchen.
Right.
Traditionally the way that our parents were, they spent a lot of time in the kitchen. I was like, my mom used to cook every Sunday. Even during the week, she'll be cooking. I'm like, where's the time to do that?
Right.
I'm in school Monday through Friday.
Right.
After school, I graduate. I start college. I said I start college. I graduate. I start working 9 to 5. By the time I get home, I'm tired. Where's the time to cook?
Right.
So I think for our parents, they were raised to handle everything, right? So when they started having us, it's like, take care of the things that you need to take care of. Focus on those things, aka focus on education, focus on taking care of yourself, because you don't want to depend on a man.
Right.
Because we have depended on man and they have fell our hands in a sense, right?
Right.
So I think that's generationally, I think it's different.
Okay, so you're right. It's different from generation to generation. And you are right. Society has treated women as the inferior partner in the relationship. And that is problematic. Extremely problematic. And it's been problematic for hundreds of years, right? And it needs to change. But evolution is not linear, right? So what has happened is this. My mother's generation, women were raised to care for a family, right? Their education was not the priority. When I say education, I'm talking about formal education in terms of college, and was not a priority, so to speak. They always felt that the boy needed to be educated because the role that society laid for men was provide. And the path of provision required education, right? To care did not require education. So the women in that generation were under-equipped and under-prepared for the marketplace. When I'm talking about secular work, not trading. Trading was fine, but going to offices and all that. So they weren't really being educated for that, because the role that the path that society had envisioned for them was in the home. You don't need a degree in physics, right, to look after children, right? And there's a biology also right, that is involved in the thinking. Women carry children. Women nurse children. Biologically, it's a natural flow.
Yeah.
Right? So that idea that women are nurturers and should nurture the home, the family, stems not from the wickedness of men or the desire of men to keep women suppressed. It stemmed from the natural reality of humanity.
Yeah.
Right?
Good point. Yeah.
Just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
However, the wickedness of human beings, it became oppressive. And I get that and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Right? But look at the structures of society. So our generation, my generation,
I was about
women...
to say, because I'm not your generation, Pierre.
You're not. I apologize. Women are being educated, right? And society is opening up for women, right? They're taking on roles. They're competing with men, right? Started in the 50s and 60s and all of that, 70s. And then it's just, it's growing. However, the traditional structure of the family hasn't changed.
It hasn't.
Right? So the role of the role of women in society is changing.
Right.
Right? Society is opening doors to women. Right? Women are now have access to jobs that they didn't have access to before. They're going to school for those jobs that they didn't have before. But the biology hasn't changed. Women still carry babies.
Yep.
Women still have to breastfeed the baby.
Yep.
Right? Women have a tendency to be more nurturing.
I want to say this for those that choose to breastfeed their kids before you guys come into the conversation.
Listen. Breasts are not aesthetic alone.
You tell that to the people because
I don't. The truth is the truth, and I'm going to say it. God gave women breasts. That is why the milk doesn't come from the ears. Why do we behave like this? Right? And these are the things that cause problems. Right? Yeah? You can choose what you do with your body. That's your problem.
Yeah.
That's your choice.
Yeah.
But this is why God gave you this body. If you choose not to use your body to feed your child, that's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't even know if my mother breastfed me, so I don't know. but you get my point.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of contradiction and there's a lot of complexity in this thing. Right? So a guy feels helpless to some degree, right? In the whole child rearing place. Right? Not because he's wicked, but because he has been raised to think a certain way. And biology says certain things. You get? My frustration in this conversation is that nobody is trying to understand how we got here, right? And making it seem as if one gender is being intentionally diabolical, right? So the men think women want to keep them slaves to put them in Chanel, right? Forgetting...
We don't.
I'm sorry?
I said, but we don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't care for Chanel.
I want a soft life. Please speak for yourself.
Yeah, thank you for the honesty.
Okay, but that's two different women.
Oh, really? Two different women?
She wants Chanel, that's great.
Okay.
If I want Chanel, that's great. But I don't care about Chanel. Chanel's the last thing on my list.
I love that. But you see, why is it that it is easier for you, right, Bemi, to separate to look at the individual when it comes to women, but when it comes to men, you generalize everything.
I didn't generalize everything.
Yes, you did. You've been generalizing all evening.
Yeah.
Okay, let me finish. Sorry. Let me quickly finish, please. Let me just quickly finish,
ahead.
and then I'll let the ladies talk before they drag me on social media. See, when we approach this thing as people being diabolical, as opposed to people needing education, right? And society needing to come together and achieving that. A lot of girls were raised out of their mother's frustration, right?
Yeah.
They had experiences with some men and they raised their kids. Like when you say to a girl, never depend on a man, right? It is because you have struggled in your dependence on a man. And you think it is because you've depended on him that he's done certain things, right? So I don't want you to suffer like I suffered. So make sure that you are able to make money for yourself,
yeah,
right? And what that does is that you create a mentality that is inherently antagonistic, right? And defensive, right? You're already under, how do I put it? You're already threatened before you ever met any threat.
Because you're trying to protect your own.
You're trying to protect yourself even before you've been threatened.
Yeah.
So you enter into a relationship and you already have a chip on your shoulder, right? It's going to be a problem. How about we all sit down and say, okay, you know what? The boys need to know some things, but the girls also need to know some things. As opposed to dealing with each other in silos, right? And talking about each other like we are all, the women are Jezebel's twin and the men are just the devil's protege, right? It's not as simple as it's not black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray. And I get frustrated when we talk about it in these simplistic terms, right? That men are this or women are that. It's never that simple. There's an education deficiency.
I think there is, but I think a lot of women have done the work. Okay, so
I feel like when
you are trying to trigger me.
No,
I agree with you.
They've done the work.
What's the work you've done?
Okay, so let's look at it this way, right?
We went to therapy.
Wait, maybe there's a counselor here.
I've been to therapy.
Wait, so this is,
but not a lot of men
they
don't even want to go to the doctor for their annual exam. What do you think they're going to go to therapy for?
You see what I was saying about this anti-generalization?
Wait.
I came from a man from Say that recently.
He went to the doctor and the men were telling him, I'm not doing that. I just work out and eat clean and that's enough.
So if they can't even go to a regular doctor, who are they going to therapy for?
I love what you have said, right? I love what our producer said, right? Who has defined when a man cries?
So our producer said that a black man went to a doctor and he said that, hey, you guys, I just came from an annual examination. Guys, go to see a doctor. And a lot of men were like, I don't need to go to a doctor, just work out and stuff like that. So just to give context.
When a man cries, right? How many women are like, oh, or how many are like, you?
Well, some of the cries are cringy. So
there you go.
Again,
if a man said a woman crying was cringy.
You talking about like a random man or like?
You see, that's the point. You see, you can't.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
JK.
No, you're not. This is what I'm talking about. We want to eat our cake and have it. We want our men to be strong, right? Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because you just used the word cringy to describe
I didn't use the word cringy.
To describe a man expressing an emotion, right?
No, because that's
there's a selectiveness in this thing.
It is.
I want you to express your emotion when we're talking about how much you love me and how much you just want to be with me and how you adore me. You want me to express emotion. When I go out to work and I have been trashed and I have been belittled and dismissed and I am so wounded in my soul and I break down in tears from the pain of it. You don't want to see that.
I do. I want to see. Yes, I have.
Don't.
I've seen it and I've consoled my person.
Why do you call it cringy? Why do you call it cringy?
I didn't call it.
You call it cringy.
Esther said it, not me.
You that said it was cringy.
Yes, I didn't say it.
Okay.
You coming after me?
The two of you.
No, I'm not. There's not the two of me. Please. It was Esther. I didn't say that.
I would never play the devil's advocate, but there's no but. I'm never playing his advocate. I just want to say that, to be fair, I am a married woman. And when my husband has come home, or I feel like, he's getting to the point of tears, I am there to there's a different experience that I have with him. And I do support him. There's no, I don't want to see him cry, right? But if he comes, then there's a place for him to lay his head.
What is society's position, right? You don't hear me. What is society? I don't want us to go into our personal things. Yeah. So I know you guys. Yeah. But what is society's position on what a strong man is and what a weak man is? The President of the United States of America. Calm down.
Big role.
Wait. The President of the United States of America won the elections.
Okay.
Partly on the premise that he's a strong man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And the posture, right, of a strong man, men are taught is desirable to women. Right? And this is what a strong man is. He doesn't talk too much. Right?
But our president. But he talks a lot.
Calm down. He's wait. He can do tough things.
Yeah, he can.
Right?
Yeah,
He does tough things.
Yeah.
He's the one that, when there's a roach in the house, he stomps it.
Yeah.
Right? He's tough. He's not easily offended. I'm not talking about president. I'm talking about the strong man.
Yeah. I agree.
Right? So we've created this image of what a strong man is.
Yeah.
Right? He's got this thick shell. He's not sensitive. He can take slights. He's just thick-skinned.
He can handle the weight of the world.
Yes, he's 6'2" and he's.
But that's so delusional.
That's so.
It's delusional.
Wait. Hear me.
No.
So we have created this image and we have said to the men, this is what a strong man is. And this strong man is desirable. And we use words like provide and protect, which are strong words, right? You can't have it both ways and say to that strong man, but it's okay for you to cry. You can't. Because those men, they don't cry, right? When we teach a boy that crying is a weakness, right? And then we get mad when he gets married and he doesn't know how to cry. He's been taught all his life that this is a weakness and it is an undesirable weakness, right? We've even taught him that cooking is a weakness. Baking is a weakness. We've taught these kids all of this. And some of the teachings were done by the same people who said you should go and get your money so that no man will treat you some type of way. They are the same women who would not let their sons in the kitchen.
Correct.
So who are we blaming?
But now those things so what we're saying now is that we've seen that those things are wrong.
Yeah.
There's a generation that is aware that what we have been taught was bad teaching. And
was it bad?
Now,
was it bad? It wasn't bad. We have changed. We want different things.
It has reared us in the wrong direction.
No,
all of us.
you guys, it's not fair. Listen, that man, that strong man that our mothers were raising, right? They were raising their sons the way they saw their mothers raise their brothers, right? And they raised their sons the way men have served different roles in society over time, right? In the days when villages were fighting each other and there were no guns. Have you guys ever shot a gun?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can shoot somebody from a distance, right? And pull a trigger. Somebody falls, God knows how many yards away.
Right.
There was a time when there were no guns. You killed people with knives, or you bludgeoned them to death. It required a level of detachment, right? And they raised men for that,
Right.
because that was what the men were going to do.
Correct.
Right? Then it was farming. They raised men for farming. Right? Now we've gotten to this place, right? Where we're in the workplace with men. Are we raising men for that?
Even if we're not. So we're not saying that those things don't exist.
My problem is that we're not treating it as a systemic education issue. Well, let me rephrase that. Now they are. Now the boys are learning a lot of things. They are learning to be comfortable with their emotions and to be in touch with their feminine side and all of that stuff now, right? The 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18-year-olds, they're getting there, right? So society is transitioning, right? But I get frustrated when we talk about it as if there is a deficiency in the individuals, right? When we say it is bad, this is what we produced. If we need to change the assembly line, let's change the assembly line. Don't look at the product, right? And blame the product for your input, right? That's my problem.
Yeah,
How does the woman who raised you to get a job so you don't have to depend on another man, then raise your brothers to never enter a kitchen? Whose fault is it? You know
her parents' fault.
No, it's the women's fault.
It's
the women's fault.
So where's the dad?
Where's the dad?
Dada, what dada?
Where's the
Where's
father?
daddy? The daddy was busy working. Unless one mother to raise the children.
So this is where we come back.
He was on the farm. He was at war.
Let me get this point out. This is important, right? This is I want to provide some clarity to this.
Meanwhile, guys, I'm just talking now.
We know.
I'll talk some sense after now.
But I want this guy. I want the people to hear it.
you.
I was going to hear. We come to a point where we're all now becoming aware because of social media, because of the internet. You know, there's a lot of information that we're sharing information. So we're understanding, okay, this is how a lot of men were raised. This is how a lot of women were raised. Some changes need to happen.
Shift.
So we see a lot of women now that have, because of how they were raised to now be proactive and figure out what is the solution to this problem.
My frustration is you use positive words when you're talking about women. And then when it comes to men, you use these negative characterizations.
Don't worry, PF. I meant
So you're saying women are proactive, but men are deficient.
No, it's not that they're not. I didn't say deficient. I haven't got there yet. They're not deficient. It's what it is that it's almost like you're lacking initiative to take time to learn about the things we feel like you should learn about within relationships.
I'm so sorry that. So how do you say somebody's lacking initiative? How is that a positive, or how is that benign? If I say you lack initiative, that is a derogatory statement about you. You lack initiative to do something. You're basically telling me that I do not have the mental gumption, right? So this is the thing. This is why it becomes adversarial rather than collaborative.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
It's become adversarial because and seriously now, right? As long as we keep approaching this issue from an adversarial perspective, right? We're not going to resolve it, right? We have to approach it from a collaborative perspective. Women and men have to live in this world together, right? We have to live in this world in certain constructs together, right? We need to decide, right, what exactly it is we're trying to achieve, because we need to do it together.
And I completely agree. So let's say as me, as a Christian woman, right? I want to be in a godly marriage.
Right.
I want to submit to my husband, right?
Right.
And as I want to do that, it's kind of scary because like when it comes to submission, I'm basically having to trust this. I have to let go of control that me growing up saying that you take care of yourself. I have to let go of that control and submit to a husband and know that he has the best interest for our lives together. That we know that, okay, this is my partner. He sees me as a human being. He sees me as a partner too.
Right.
A lot of, again, it's just kind of like, what's the solution? Because at this point, when somebody says, oh, submit, it's like, submit to what?
Right.
Who am I submitting to? Because are you somebody that I can trust?
No, that's an awesome question. And this is what I'll tell you, right? And this is serious now. The Bible says, submit unto your husbands as unto the Lord. Your husband is proxy for the Lord. Your faith is not in your husband. Your faith is in the Lord, right? You submit to your husband on the idea that if God asks you to submit to him, then God is going to take care of you, right? That's number one. The things that make a man a leader are not necessarily the things that some of us are looking for in a man.
Can you elaborate on that?
Okay. I am a leader not because I earn 6 figures.
Okay.
Right? I'm a leader because I have vision. Right?
Okay, vision.
Yes. I have empathy.
Yes.
Right? I have compassion.
Okay.
Right? I have a character that is selfless.
Okay.
Right? Yeah? I'm not a leader because I'm 6'2". Our producer is very tall. I am not a leader because of my height. I'm not a leader because of my formal education. My accent doesn't make me a leader. Right? But these are some of the things, right, that we select our mates on.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And then you meet somebody who was not raised to be a leader, because I don't believe leaders are born. I believe leaders are raised. Was not raised to be a leader, right? And
was not raised to be compassionate. Was not raised to have empathy.
Right. But he's, and those are some of the things that you need to be rich.
But that's what we're complaining about.
Calm down. Sorry. I'm sorry. That sound, as I said it now, it sounded a bit weird to me. I apologize. I wasn't trying to be dismissive or anything, if it sounded that way. And if you use a clip, please use the clip of where I apologize to. Because, so this is what I'm saying, right? If we are looking for these kinds of men, if we prioritize these kinds of men, the ones that have empathy, the ones that have that set vision and communicate vision, right? As opposed to the ones that are a certain height, have a certain amount of money in their bank account, dress a certain way and all of those things. If we emphasize those qualities of a leader, right, as opposed to random things, yeah, you will find out that our relationships would be a lot more successful, and those qualities become desirable, right? It's like if I have 2 dogs, right? They're standard poodles, right? But there was a season in America where the desired dog breed was a golden poodle.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a golden doodle.
Doodle, okay, yeah.
Right? It was a doodle.
Those are the cute little dogs with the fluff.
Right. And they had to be a certain shade of brown. They call it red. They had to be red. Right? So they were raising dogs for that color because that was the desirable color. Right? There was a time in human history where farming was the occupation of most families. So they had a lot of children to help on the farm. When we elevate certain qualities in humanity, right, we start to raise our children for those qualities, right? When we elevate material acquisition, right, a man that has money is more desirable than a man that is a visionary. A man that is tough is more desirable than a man that has empathy, right? Then we raise our children to be tough. We raise our children to be cutthroat, because what we value is money, and sometimes to make money you got to be ruthless, right? But if you're ruthless at work, then you come home and all of a sudden you're not ruthless, right?
Yeah.
You raise a man that is ambitious but self-absorbed. So in the pursuit of some goal, he will abandon his family and the needs of his family. But those are the things that we desire, though. And that's what I'm saying, that we need to sit down and decide what we want. It's the same thing with our wives. And I say this all the time. You want a woman who is going to cook and clean and change diapers while you sit down and watch Manchester United, right? But at the same time, you want her to go to work and do a 9 to 5 and then bring her paycheck. Are you mad?
Call it walk.
She's a human being. She's a human being. She's limited in her physical ability. And it doesn't matter if your mother did it and your aunties did it.
Oh, that's their favorite excuse. Well, my mom did it, so you can do it too.
So you see my problem. It's
triggering. I didn't to trigger you. I just
but I like that you're doing this because it's for me it's more honest, right? Because and when I say it's honest, right, it speaks to the problem, right? We don't realize that we are the ones creating these problems, right? And we think the individual is choosing to be who he is as opposed to who we raised him to be. Train a child in the way that he should go. If you've got a problem with the husband, go and look at their upbringing. If you've got a problem with the wives, go and look at their upbringing, right? We're not raising women. We're raising women to be career women, but we're putting them in this domestic situation, right? Where they have to be career women plus full-time housewives, right?
Caretakers.
So there's a contradiction in our goals.
Yeah.
We need to all sit down and say, do you know what? I'm going to raise my daughter, right, to be a mother, but also to reach for the stars. Those things are intention. You can't do both at the same time.
No.
There has to be some framework, right? Because if I'm raising my daughter that way, then how am I raising my son? To be a master of the universe? Right? You just what I'm going to say. We're not talking about those things. Instead, we're busy getting frustrated at the guys who won't cry and frustrated at the women who want you to put them in Chanel. But at the same time, they are earning more than you.
Yeah.
We are producing this. It's like I keep talking about my country. I come from Nigeria. If you haven't been able to discern from my accent. We say our leaders are this. No, our leaders come from us. We raise these people. If we don't like the people that lead us, let's go and look at how we raise people. If we don't like the men, let's talk about who is raising them. Who's raising them? They're being raised by our mothers. They're being raised by our fathers. And my generation, most of it was our mothers. Because our fathers were going to work.
So you basically have to break the cycle of like, I'm going to teach. Well, it's like you said, I think it takes like a long time. You have to teach your children.
You can turn a boat, a canoe. You can turn it in a minute. An aircraft carrier, it takes hours, maybe even days to turn, right? I understand the frustration, right? What I get frustrated about is that we think that this guy or this woman is the problem. It's the upbringing that's the problem. Train a child in the way that he should go. If we see a systemic, if we see traits across the board, right? Then let's go to the root of the problem and say, you know, I don't know if you've seen 300, the story of Sparta, Leonidas and the war and all of that stuff. They raised their children to be warriors. They raised their men to be warriors, right? And they were warriors, and they were not afraid to die. I'm telling you, the men of today were raised by our mothers. Period. They raised them. The women of today, they were raised by our mothers. Yeah? They set up this conflict without realizing they were setting up conflict. Right? We need to do better. But we're not going to do better if we keep thinking it's this individual.
So what do we do now? What are our next steps?
What do we want? What's our goal? What does the Bible say? The Bible is our framework. So I'll tell you this. I didn't raise, I have daughters. I didn't have any biological sons, right? My daughters were raised, first of all, to be good people, not housewives. Good people, empathetic people, right? Kind, generous people, honest people. That's what I raised them to be, right? They have skills in the kitchen, but they can find their way around effectively on a computer, right? They have both of them, interestingly. The first one is a lawyer, is an attorney in Philadelphia. The second one is a 300 level law student, right? She's graduating law school. So they're both the second one going to be an attorney as well. So they can function, right, in the market as we articulate it, but they can function at home. Wherever they find themselves, right? They have been raised to be good people, right? They have been raised not to think that anybody was created to put them in Chanel. No, you are not entitled to yes. But they've also been raised not to think that anybody's entitled to treat them like a slave. Right? That is what I think we should do. Raise good Christian people, right? Giving them skills, right? Across the board. Yeah? But don't poison their minds with, don't let any man treat you like this, so get your own. Or don't let any woman use you for Chanel. Right? The conversation is toxic. And toxic only produces more toxic.
Yeah.
It doesn't produce anything. And that's why I'm jumping on Gbemi all evening, because we've gotten into these patterns of using language, not realizing that language frames the attitude.
Life,
right? When you say somebody lacks initiative, right? I can't hear that in a positive way. I see that as a derogatory, I see it as an insult.
I'm also not good with my words, so, you know, we learn it.
Insult is insult. You can't hide behind words. The point I'm trying to make is this. The point I'm trying to make is this, right?
Never.
We need to be collaborative and say, what do we want? What kind of children do we want? The Bible says where there's no vision, people cast off restraint. What is the vision for our society? And let's raise our children accordingly. I don't think women, like I said, I have 2 daughters. I don't think my daughters, because they have a womb and they have breasts, they should become, they should be tied to a stove. I absolutely don't.
I do have this question, right? When, let's think about a married couple. When women, because there's seasons, right? Everybody cannot have everything in every season.
Right.
I think women find it very difficult when, yes, they are go-getters, they're doing all the things, but then when they get married, they start to have kids. They want to be in a position where when I'm having kids, my life is still supported. And I think a lot of women don't have that support when they need that support. And they not only see the true colors of that in those seasons, but they see traits of that in the beginning, which is why they're having issues of, trust and
right. So again,
and it's kind of scary. To be honest.
Again, right? Yeah. When you are choosing the person you're going to have children for, what kind of person are you choosing? Right? If you choose a man who is ambitious, right, and he's all about making money, for example, do you think he's going to pause, right, when you have kids? Right? He's driven by forces that have nothing to do with how many children he has. If there's enough money at that stage, right? Yeah, he'll throw money at it. But if there's no money at that stage, I promise you he's not going to stop building because now he has children. So you got what you wanted. You just didn't realize this is how it's going to play out. But then you made a man who's compassionate, who's kind, who's generous, right? Who will be there with you and change the diapers with you and support you. But no, that's not what we want. We want the one that can make money. But we don't realize that we're going to have children before he makes the money. Then what do you do? Do you get my point? And those are the things that we shouldn't have two different kinds of men. You know, we shouldn't have generous men and overly ambitious men. All the men, if we agree as a society that this is how we're going to raise our children, that would be the prevailing trait, right? Kindness, not cutthroatness, not ambition. You know, when they talk about ambitious men, if you are not ambitious, you want to be a master of the universe. We talk about like you have cholera, you have no thoughts, you are NFA. Okay, no future ambition. The one that has future ambition, he's not there because society is judging him by what rung of the ladder he's on. So he's trying to get to the top of the ladder faster than he's trying to be a good husband. It's the same thing, right? You marry a woman who she's just here to just have children. She's been told all her life a woman's role is to be a housewife and just stay at home. But then your mortgage is killing you. And you want her to get up and go to work. Oh, you didn't know that when you were marrying her, that you wanted a career woman. Now you wanted a career woman. You know, we make choices, right? And we don't like the results of our choices. We had an argument. We were having this conversation earlier about attraction and how a person looks, right? No, it wasn't attraction, how a person looks. And I was saying that when you are married to somebody, how they look, hey, it matters so little.
Oh, nah. Wait, what?
Let me explain what I mean.
I thought we were together, Pia.
No. Let me explain what I mean. How many times do you think you wake up in the morning, right? And the bills have not been paid. And you're thinking, my God, he's handsome.
Never.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. And that's what the point I'm trying to make. Oh, you know, pap, he slapped me, but he's handsome.
Hey.
You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. We're having an argument, and he's like, oh, you're a woman, what do you know? Oh, but he's so handsome. It matters.
You immediately get the ick. It like, besides how cute he is, you just be like, what?
You find out that in real terms, right? And you say, I can't sleep with a man that I'm not attracted to. When you are ovulating, you sleep with him. What are you talking about? I'm sorry. My problem is, it's unfiltered, right?
It is.
When you're ovulating, you don't care whether he looks a type of way or he doesn't look a type of way.
Here's the truth.
You can flick. You can Esther. You're a married woman.
Let me tell you. I'm mad, but ovulation come.
Okay, let's move on because our producer is an SU. He's getting uncomfortable with this conversation. But the point I'm trying to make, guys, is that this thing is complex, and we need to talk about it with the complexity, recognizing the complexity, not with this quick men are, women are. Why are men like? That's my problem. That's my frustration. The substance of your argument, I agree with. There's a problem, right, with men. But I'm saying the problem is not individual choice. It is in upbringing. Yeah. And there is a problem with women. A serious problem with women too. And the problem is not the individual woman, it's upbringing, right? As long as we keep focusing on the individual, we'll never address the way we raise children.
Yeah.
Nigeria will never get better if we keep focusing on the individual leader. Say, oh, this one is a thief. All of them are thieves.
Mhm.
I said it.
Well,
We need to go and look at how we raise children. Sorry. And I can wrap it up here.
I completely agree with you. And
You agree with me?
and so with that,
I see. We'll continue offline, off air.
Yes, and also continue in the comments below. Do not stop here. The conversation doesn't stop here. We always read y'all's comments. So comment down below if you have questions, women, answer them down. I mean, say them down. Men, please listen as well.
Why you emphasize? Why you see? Why have you have to?
Did you
why do you have to frame it like that? Men, listen as well.
Did you let me finish?
No, because you already framed it in a way that was problematic.
I was saying,
change your framing.
Men and women, please listen to the video.
Yes.
Do not defend. Do not argue. Just listen and have a Christian good dialogue. Esther said she wants the smoke.
That's the DC in you.
What?
That's the DC girl in you, Esther.
But no, by like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you guys so much for being part of the PF Unfiltered fam. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.